I want to thank everybody for coming to our grand opening of this beautiful office. This has really been a culmination of a lot of hard work from a lot of people within Bergmann Associates who designed the space. Our architectural and interior design staff, I think, did a phenomenal job. And if you haven't been through it, it's pretty exciting to be here, and imagine coming to work every day in a space like that. Really brings a lot of creativity and innovation, which we're very proud of. You know, the other nice thing about this is we continue to build our reputation and our brand in the Albany market. And with that success has come a number of great projects that we recently won. The Albany Airport Parking Garage and Pedestrian Bridge project has been a really nice project for us. We just recently won a New York State OGS term agreement on architecture, and we also won a term agreement on dam safety with OGS, which is a great partner that we've been working with for a number of years, and glad to see they're recognizing our hard work and trying to keep their projects moving forward. And then last but not least, Gillette Trucking and Building. We're doing not only the building, but the site improvements for that project. And we also got a contract for the owner's representation for Gillette Trucking, which is a nice project for us. On the infrastructure side, as I mentioned, we have the OGS, and then we also recently won the DEC and Canals and New York's Park Authority contracts, which again across the state for dam safety, which is a fantastic contract and really is a great showcase for our capabilities in navigational structures and also dams work that we do, which we're really nationally recognized across the state for. We, through this office, do a lot with CSX. We have several multi-million-dollar projects with CSX, which are handled through this office and how they're being managed in this office. And that is another great client of ours that we also manage throughout our Bergmann enterprise of offices. And so I think these projects really help us continue to build our mark in the Albany market. You know, I reflect back, it started about 15, 16 years ago when I was schlepping up and down the thruway from Rochester coming here, working with a great partner of ours, Nigro Companies, and doing a lot of work in the market. And at that time, we felt that, hey, it was time to set some stakes here in the ground and continue to build our brand here. And I think it's been a great ride, and this is really, like I said, the culmination of a lot of hard work for the people that work here every day. I applaud them and thank them very much. So, with that, we do have some other guest speakers. Mary Rozak from the Office of the County Executive, Daniel McCoy.
Thank you. County Executive McCoy right now is speaking at another event with some seniors, but he would have loved to have been here to see Pete. This is fantastic. And on the tour, I couldn't have been more impressed. I want to actually put on the little goggle thing. I want to do that virtual reality on your game. But I think when we all think about our lives, right? I mean, I'm not a very tech savvy, but when I look at and see and visit companies that you think of would not really employ things that we would use in gaming or something like that, I'm always impressed really at how far we have come and how much of that is really integrated into our daily lives, not only in the recreational things that we do, but in the workplace as well. We are so very happy. The county executive loves to be at ribbon cuttings and loves to talk about the synergy that comes and the economic development impact that happens when we have partnerships. And I use the term economic development because I know that we are involved in Albany County with you on our economic development study, and that's very important to our future and where we're going. And we're very happy that you're a part of that, helping us pave the way. So on behalf of County Executive McCoy, I'm happy to be here to say congratulations, and you got a beautiful new space.
Awesome. Thank you. So also here is Marna Redding, from Vice President, Member of Service, Capital Region, Chamber of Commerce.
Hi everyone, I'm Marna Redding, and on behalf of the Capital Region Chamber, we're thrilled to be here with you today to celebrate this new space. I think it says a lot about your company that your own people designed this space, and so bravo to all of you for choosing a company like that to be a part of. But it also talks about the talent development that we have here in the region, and so your ability to keep and retain that top talent is just indicative of the growth that we've seen throughout the Capital Region. And so on behalf of the Chamber and the other businesses of which you are a part of, thank you for investing here in the Capital Region, and we're here to support you moving forward.
Great.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. You know, I realized a long time ago, working on the land development side and the development side, it's truly about partners and relationships, and to get projects done, especially great projects like this. And you can't do it unless you have a great development partner, and Seth Rosenboom from Rosenboom Companies has been that partner in this and getting this done for us. So I'd like to have Seth say a couple of words.
Thanks, Pete. So good afternoon, everyone. It's really nice that all of you have been able to join us over here at our Winner's Circle properties. We, interestingly, acquired these buildings a little over 3 years ago with a vision of seeing all of the synergy that the Wolf Road area has, all of the amenities between the crossings, the retail, the new hotels, the new mixed-use area that this has quickly become. And we saw these buildings. They wonderful buildings, well located, in need of a little bit of revisioning, both in the common areas where we've put millions of dollars into renovating the 4 buildings that we purchased in this area around the Albany Marriott, but also within tenant spaces. And so it's selling that vision that is often so challenging, and we often say that if we could bring a potential tenant into a time machine and see what we can do with them together, whether it's our design team, whether it's the talented people like Amy from the Bergmann design team who helped make it happen here, putting them together with our construction team. We have Mike, Melissa, and Matt here who were instrumental. Matt was here literally every day from beginning to end, and then afterward really, really helpful in making this thing happen and making this thing a success. I remember standing with Pete when he came in from Rochester a couple months before we got started, along with Amy, and having some conversations that included Greg as well, and saying, all right, we have this big empty box, what can we make it? We're just so thrilled and honored that Bergmann chose to apply their design skills, their vision, and put their faith in us to help make it happen. This is truly the progressive type of workplace that we like to have in our buildings, and we're honored to be able to not only have you here, but to even use it as a showpiece of sorts to say to others, wow, this is something you ought to think about doing. You ought to have an office this nice and create these amenities for your employees. So thank you for giving us this opportunity.
One, two, three.